Hello everyone, welcome to Pratibha Tech. In this video, we will solve the problem of the day question on Geeks for Geeks for 13th May 2023. The problem statement for today is bit magic. Let's now open this problem to solve it. Let's go through and understand the given problem statement. Here it is said, given an integer array of size n which contains only 1 and 0. Your task is to make the array perfect. An array is said to be perfect if for each I that ranges from 0 to n minus 1, array of I, if it is equal to array of n minus 1 minus I is satisfied. Then for each I, if it is for all the i's that is following satisfying this condition, then we can say that array is perfect. To make the array perfect, you are allowed to do the following operations. In one operation, you can choose two different indices, that is of I and j, and set the value of both array of I and array of j to array of I, then the XOR operation with array of j. Your task is to make the array perfect in minimum possible number of operations and return the number of operations. So here the problem statement is asking us to make the given array perfect by performing a minimum number of operations. As it is said, it is considered to be perfect if for each I that ranges from 0 to n minus I, this condition should satisfy, that is array of I should be equal to array of n minus 1 minus I. Okay, and for making the array perfect, we are allowed to do one operation, that XOR operation between array of I and array of j. Okay, I hope this is clear. So let's understand it in a better way with the given examples. So the first example says n is equal to 4, an array contains element that which is this. So here the output is 1. We can make the index 0 and 3 and apply the operation. Since here we are finding that when we compare this first index with the last index element, then here we see a mismatch is there. So what it is expecting us, we will take the value at the index 0 and 3 and we will apply this operation, which is the XOR operation, and after that array becomes 1 0 0 1. So now the condition is satisfied. When we look at the second example says that 1 0 1, this is the given array with size is 3. Here the condition is satisfied initially, so no operation is needed in this case because already it is matching. Okay, so for solving this problem, we will use a simple approach to count the number of differences between the corresponding element at the beginning and end of the array. It iterates through the array, comparing array of the start index with the array of end index for each start index and end index. If they are not equal, then we increment the counter variable of the differences by 1. Finally, it returns the minimum differences, minimum number of operations required, which is calculated by as difference count plus 1 by 2. Here we are dividing it by 2 because it is said in the question that in one operation we can choose two indices and we can perform that operation. Okay, so instead of doing XOR operation, see here it is not asking in the problem statement, then we need to return the array which is made perfect. Here we just need to count that how many operations are needed. So that's why the approach which I am suggesting, or the code which I will be writing, I will not be doing the XOR operation with the index value of I and j. Okay, I'll just count the difference, and whatever the difference is there, that we will return. Okay, so with this logic, I prepared a solution. Let me copy it here. Actually, it's a very simple code as well. Just straightforward. So what is done here? First, I have initialized the variable, integer variable, that is called difference count, that is initialized to 0. Then here we are having two indices, that is start index and end index. So we iterate through this array until this condition is satisfied. So here we check while start index is less than end index. Then what we do, we check if the start index and end index are not equal, then we increment the count differences by 1. Okay, exactly in the problem it was expecting us to here do XOR operation and then count the difference. but since we are not returning that array, that is not expected out of the output, so no point in doing that operation. We'll just count that how many differences are there, and that will return. And for each of this operation, whether it is true or false, we are moving the indices inward. That means left index, that means start index will move towards the right index will move towards the left. And once this loop is terminated, we just return difference count plus 1 by 2. So here we are doing this plus 1 by 2 just to adjust the division with the odd number and the even number. So suppose if you are getting that difference as 3, so the minimum number of operations required for that is that in one operation we can pick only 2. We can pick one value of I and one value of j for the operation. But if it is 2, then 3 differences, then in one operation we cannot say that we are doing only one. So that means in all 3 in one operation. So second operation is still needed. That's why for we are making this difference count, which was 3 plus 1, it will become 4. 4 by 2, that will give us 2. That means 2 operations are needed. Even the difference count is 3. If the difference count is 4, that means yes, 2 operations are sufficient. So for that reason, plus 1 is done, and dividing by 2, because in one operation we are making changes for 2 indices. Okay, so this was the coding part of it. That's it in the coding. Let's compile this code. So here we can see we have got correct output for the given input. Let's try submitting the solution. So here we can see it has covered all the test cases. So this problem has been solved successfully here. So when we talk about the time complexity of the solution, it is in the order of big O of n, where n is the size of the array. As it iterates through the array once to count the differences, the space complexity is 0, 1, as it's used constant amount of additional space. That is called difference. That is for difference count. Okay. So this was a Java solution. I have even prepared C++ solution. Let me move to that editor. Here the logic is completely same. Here only the difference between syntax, if any is there, if anything is present there for the, so that is here. But in this case there is no difference even in the syntax between Java and C++ code. So this is exactly the same code which we have written in Java as well. So let's try compiling this code. See, for this also we have got correct output. Submitting this solution in C++. So even in C++ editor we have got all the test cases covered with this solution. So this problem has been solved successfully in both the languages, that is Java and C++. So I'll provide the link for this question and the link for the solution code in Java and C++ in the description box. Please do check that. That's all in this video. Please like, comment and share the video, and please subscribe to our channel for more upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.